Well, hello, good evening, guys, and this is another mini tutorial here on 120 Degrees Manila. Right now, because we are now approaching 2019, so it is, I think, fitting to give you a countdown timer on PowerPoint tutorial. How to make a timer on PowerPoint. Maybe that's maybe for some that is a very hard thing to do, but it's actually a very simple one. For some of you, you might be thinking that, oh, okay, I can do a countdown by having text each slide, for example, for a 10-second countdown, maybe 10 here and then 9 here and then 8, so on and so forth, and then just give it a transition effect. But there is a downside of it because the transition of each slide, it can be manipulated by how the computer respond to the time, because it can be more than of a second, or it can be less than of a second. So this method is kind of inaccurate, but I'm not saying that my method is really accurate, but it is more accurate than the previous ones that we're doing. Actually, I've made a lot of countdown timers by having one text in one slide and then having it automatically advancing each slide, but I just found out some downsides to it. That's why I'm giving you this tutorial on how to make another PowerPoint presentation. You see this, I can give you two tutorials on how to I can give you two different countdown timers. For example, in the first slide, because some people prefer to have it this way, the digital one. For the sake of time, I cannot teach you how to make a 60-second countdown. Dahil kulang nga sa oras. Nakakabagot. It's really boring to give you a 60-second countdown. Kaya I just made a 15-second one. So that is a digital one. So let me play that again. So napansin ninyo, as you can see, it is only made in just one PowerPoint slide. So mamaya ituturo ko sa inyo. I will teach you later how to do it. And then for some of the people, they don't like this digital one. Ibig sabihin ng digital, what digital means is we can see the digits or the numbers. For some, they prefer to have it more of a more dynamic one. Aside from having the digits, ito yung gusto nila mangyari. They want to have this, how do you call that? Parang there's a circle in it and then gradually nawawala, gradually disappearing until the zero mark is there, and you saw it. When the zero was there, well, let me show you that again. Again, this is only a 15-second countdown. So as you can see from the 15, it is full. The circle behind it is full, and then by the time the zero appeared, the circle behind it disappeared. So let me show you how to do it. So first things first, let me just delete this. Maybe we should start all over. Okay. You should be having a blank PowerPoint. No contents, no, because we will be designing the content ourselves. So just for the sake of giving it a title, okay, I give this a countdown to 2019, to year 2019. Okay, so para lang pagandahin. Okay, that's it. O nga pala guys, this is a very good tip for us, because sometimes if we drag this or drag that, it is not actually on the center of the slide. You can drag all you want, but if you are really OCD and you want a text or a picture to be on the center of the slide, you can drag, but sometimes the guide is not there, so you can have this option in the menu bar. We have this arrange button. Under it has the align, and then the align options, marami ka makikita, you can see a lot of them, and then just click on the align center. It will of course it will align object center, and then you have it. You don't have to measure or everything, aside from the ruler on the top. it will give you a very good sense, or I mean it will give you a lot of distressing, because hanapin mo pa saan yung center. So there you have it. And then the first thing that we're gonna do is to have the digital one. Okay, so insert text, of course. We're going to begin with the 15-second mark. Okay, on the 15-second mark, of course, because we plan to have it more beautiful, that's why we align it on the center, and then iakyat lang natin ng konti. Okay, this is just a simple one. Okay, so okay, we're not gonna changing the font, but that's the way it is. Now we go to this option again. In the arrange option, we go to the selection pane. This is very important, guys, because as you can see in the earlier slide or the finished product, nag-overlap siya lahat. All the elements, all the text are actually overlapping each other. That's why we really need to do this. Again, in the arrange button, there you have it, selection pane. Let's make it appear again. Selection and visibility. This is very important because when you have overlapping objects, renaming an object into its appropriate name can be of very good advantage. For example, I am naming this 015, so that's why for better identification. And then you see at the right side you have an eye. If the eye is there, it appears. If the eye is not there, it disappears. So this is a very good option for overlapping objects. If you don't want to see overlapping things for a while because you're doing animation, you're doing editing of other text, you can just click on that right box for the eye to disappear, and then there you have it. So remember, guys, in this timer tutorial, in each text you need to rename the object in the selection pane. Okay, all right. In the text box 3 is the title, so I'm gonna rename it also title. Okay. Okay, para satisfy tayo lahat. Okay, now select the 15-second mark, copy and paste, and then nudge para lang maging iisa lang ano nila. As you can see here, double yung 15-second mark. That's okay because the most recent object that you have is the most recent one that you pasted. Okay, so we are editing that as 14th second mark. You can disappear, you can let the 15-second mark disappear so that walang overlapping na mangyayari. And there you have it, the 14-second mark, we edit it rightfully. Ayan, there we go. 15-second mark, let it appear, disappear. 14-second mark, appear. So dyan na mangyayari overlapping if you let the eyes appear on the right box. Okay, so i-disappear muna natin to 15 because we don't want to see any overlapping things for the meantime. And then again on the 14-second mark, copy and paste and notch it a bit so that you can see disappear the previous one, edit the name 13 seconds, and then edit it on the text box itself. Okay, and then ulit-ulit lang tayo, 13, copy paste. So this will be the 12th second mark. Okay, there you have it, disappear the 13 and then edit it on the text box itself. Okay, copy paste, disappear, edit. So paulit-ulit lang ito, guys, no? Paulit-ulit lang siya. You can actually check everything. For example, 15 tama, 14 correct, 13 correct, yes, 13 correct, 12 correct, then 11 correct. So you can check, especially if you're doing a 60-second countdown. It is very taxing. So if you are done with the very few things, for the very few things that you have done first, it is very good for you to check everything before proceeding to the next step, kasi mahirap mag-trace. It is very difficult for us to trace, especially if you are doing a very long countdown. Okay, now we're 9 second mark. There you go. And then maybe this will be baka mapagod din kayo, but if you have the passion to do things, it will, it will give you a sense of achievement, because you've actually done everything. Actually, no one taught me how to do this. Okay, I just discover everything in PowerPoint on my own. I also owe okay, I'm now having trouble because I think I got, okay, that is the essence of having everything checked first. Okay, so ito 7 na dapat to, 7th mark, and then yon, so this should be the 6-second mark. Okay, now we're down to the last 5 seconds, but again, renaming is very important. We're on the 5th second mark. So talaga nakakaano to, maaari mapagod kayo makakapanood nito, but again, I'm telling you that if you've done this, talaga matutuwa kayo sa pinagkagagawa ninyo. And just look on the brighter side, just as what our Miss Universe told us to see the beauty, and not let negativity foster thrive and foster. So that is actually one good advice coming from our own Miss Universe, Catriona Gray. So very talaga, it's really encouraging, hearing that from her. And we really need that today, because a lot of people are having negativities in life, a lot of rants, and we really needed someone like her to okay, I think nadoble ako. We really needed to have a candidate or a person like her to promote positivity, because yun nga, marami na nega sa mundo eh. So talaga ma-appreciate natin ang kanyang personality. Now we're in the closing mark, and then maybe we want to have a greeting after the 0 mark. So maybe we just copy paste that again, and then we can put the Happy New Year. Okay, greeting. Pardon me for the erroneous capitalization. Okay, Happy New Year. Syempre, we really wanted it to be nice. Okay. Ayan, okay. Align center. Tinuro ko lang sa inyo, hindi ko ina-apply. Okay, you don't need to let each eye I mean, you don't need to click on each box for everything to appear. At the bottom of this, you can see show all, and then nakita nyo na the overlapping of every text that we have. Right now, the problem is it doesn't animate. So now let's go to the animate option, animations in the menu bar, and then we go to the animation pane. Okay, I'm sorry, close ko ang selection pane. Okay, review guys, arrange selection pane. Okay, we don't want everything to be inconvenient for us while doing this animation. That's why we need this selection pane. Right now, I'm now making animation. First, we need to animate the numbers, right? We need to animate the numbers. So use your mouse and then click. From the 15th down. Okay, from the 15th, but you can actually just have this, drag and everything, and then the text in the middle are now selected, As you can see in this selection pane, the greeting and then up to the 15th second are actually selected. But if you have difficulty doing that, kasi baka mamay may madamay na iba, maybe you can select any other objects that are not intended to be selected. So you can have this option. Okay, you can have this option by clicking on the first object and then press the control button on your keyboard and then click on everything that you want. Click on everything that you want. Click on everything that you want. Sinubukan ko mag-shift button. I tried the shift button so that once you select the first one and then you just select the last one, everything is selected. It did not work in my laptop, so you can try if that works, but in my laptop it does not. So again, we just got the same results. We needed to select what we needed to be selected. Okay, right now we animate everything. In the PowerPoint presentation, the finished product, okay, don't mind the circling rounded rectangle like that. It is just actually an appear event. Here, appear. That is the most actually that is the simplest of all animations here in PowerPoint. Appear, that is an that is an entrance effect. Appear, and there you have it. In the animation pane, you can see that from the 15th second up to the greeting, we all have that appear mark. But as you can see, there is a they are all appearing at the same time. We don't want that. Kaya nga siya countdown because in each second we need to appear a different text, right? So first of all, we need to change because it is actually different. The first one, it is default as start on click. We need that to be changed in start with previews. Okay, again, start with previews, and then we adjust the delay option. On the first second, we don't need to delay everything because that is supposed to appear first. And then on the 14th second, because it appears 1 second after the first effect. Again, 1 second after the first effect. That's why it needs to have a delay of 1 second. Oh, sorry. It has to have a delay of 1 second. Nakita nyo nag-adjust. You see this adjusting. Okay, and then on the 13th, 1 second after the 14th. But in PowerPoint, it is imperative for the PowerPoint to compute from the first animation. So 13 second is 2 seconds after the 15th second in the countdown. So it should have a delay of 2 seconds. And there you have it. And then so on and so forth. 12 second is 3 second delay from the 15th. You can actually just type it. Okay, so yan na. And then so on and so forth. So on and so forth. So this is a 4. Okay. In other PowerPoint versions, you can have this option here. Meron na siya dito. You don't need just to drop down and click on the timing. Meron na siya dito. So 10th second is 5 seconds from the first animation. So it has to have a 5 second delay. 9, 6, 8, 7, 8, 6, 9, 5. Don't forget the decimal point, guys, kasi it can be in a very erroneous position if you deleted the decimal point. Okay, so it should be 11.00. Okay, third second is 12 seconds away from the first animation. The 2 second mark is 13 seconds away. The last second is 14 seconds, and then syempre the 0 mark is 15 seconds away. And then the greeting, we can have it maybe 16 seconds after the first animation. Again, when you edit this, huwag kalimutan ang decimal point. It should be 16.00, right? And let's check if that works. Oh, bakit kaya hindi siya nag-work? Alam nyo bakit? Because we just had applied an entrance effect. Hindi natin siya pina-exit. Remember? Entrance lang, hindi natin siya pinalabas. So, you see the overlapping things. But we're actually done with one thing. We saw the 15th second and then the 14th second overlapping and then the 13th, and then that actually happened each second that the texts are being animated. So, that's a good thing if you have done this far very perfectly. But now, we should be applying an exit effect. Ibig sabihin, pag tapos na ni 15, lalabas si 14, but si 15, it should be out of the screen already. So again, you can select again the ones that should be animated. Okay, tama yan, yung nandito sa gitna lang, wag si title, because pag si title lang ay damay, patay tayo. Okay, add animation. Do not select here. Do not select here, because once you selected here, it will alter the changes, or it will alter the settings that we had earlier, because this is the very first animation that we had. So we are adding another animation effect. This time we are adding an exit effect. Okay, and we need everything to disappear once a new text is coming out. But if as you can see, lahat sila on the same time, so we can adjust it right now. First, we need to put it on the start with previous option. Start with previous option, and we need to have common sense on this, right? Because, well, an entrance effect is being depicted by a green, ito color green na effect, and if it is an exit effect, it is a color red picture here. So the 15th second effect needs to exit by the time 14 appears, right? So just click on this and then drag it upstairs where you want it to be. Again, sabi ko nga, etong si 15 aalis pag lalabas si 14, right? Pag lumabas si 14, the green one, entrance effect, dapat aalis itong si 15. As you can see, the effect is on the same time. 14 second, aalis pag lumabas si 13. 13, aalis pag nandiyan si 12. Okay? Si 12 aalis pag nandiyan si 11. Si 11 aalis pag nandiyan si 10. Si 10 aalis pag nandiyan si 9. Si 9 aalis pag nandiyan si 8. Si 8 aalis pag nandiyan si 7. You got me right now? Si 7 aalis pag nandiyan si 6. Si 6 aalis pag nandiyan si 5. Si 5 pag nandiyan si 4. Si 4 aalis pag nandiyan si 3. Si 3 pag nandiyan si 2. Si 2 pag nandiyan si 1. And then si 1 pag nandiyan na si 0. And then si 0 pag nandiyan na yung greeting. And we don't want the greeting to disappear, so we just delete the animation. Right now, let's take a look on how we have done so far. There you have it. This is already a successful one, although we have just done a 15-second countdown. But if you have done this repetitively, and then if you are very successful in doing this, that you can have a very good countdown timer show in a PowerPoint presentation. So thank you guys for watching. Later I will be showing you how the other countdown timer is done. Just keep it here in 120 Degrees Manila.